was getting my education degree, one of my professors told us that we should keep a bad day folder. And a bad day folder would include all the things that you get that make you realize, you know, how much you're getting out of teaching, like a note from a parent that says, thank you so much for helping my kid, or a card from a kid that really like melts your heart. So that when you have a day where there's poop on the classroom wall, no one's owning up to it, you can go home and look in that folder and remember why you do what you do. When I first started teaching preschool, I realized pretty quickly that little kids, preschoolers, 3 and 4-year-olds, they give it to you straight. They have no time for the subtleties of beating around the bush. Whereas, as an adult, I'm in therapy for years, trying to figure out if this friend of mine is a flower in my garden or a weed. These kids, they're at the sand table, the kid next to them starts being a dick. They're like, I don't want to be your friend, go away. They live to speak the truth. They come in the classroom, they settle down at the snack table. It's like a 12-step meeting. They're telling you, I did this last night, I did this tantrum, my mom said this to my dad. You become the bearer of all the family dirt. We get into the facts of life. You know, my mom has a baby in her belly, but nobody's supposed to know. My mom gets in the shower with my dad. My dad has a really big penis. And then that dad is picking that kid up at pickup time. I can't look him in the eye. Should I tell the mom? Like, maybe she would appreciate it. So the first year that I was going to be a lead teacher, head teacher, not an assistant anymore, of a pre-K class with 4-year-olds, I was raring to go. I was going to be so good at parent communication. I was going to have the best creative curriculum. I was going to manage all the behavior. We were going to have a perfect, peaceful world, and me and my assistant teacher, Kelly, were going to rock everything to the end of June. And I had one student who put a wrench in my plan. And for the purposes of protecting identities, we'll call him Lucifer. So on the first day of school, in the morning, Lucifer contributed to the votes for what we would name the hamster. He said we should name the hamster Penis Head. In the middle of the day, he punched 6 kids on the playground. And at the end of the day, he poured a pot of dirt into the betta fish's bowl. The next day, the betta fish died. Incidentally, my betta fish at home in my apartment also died that day in what I'm sure is some ESP twin suicide pact that I blame Lucifer for. Lucifer committed acts of violence every day in my classroom. He was hitting, he was punching, he was doing everything. And so I started to do some recon on the kid and found out that not only was he terrorizing all the other kids in the neighborhood, but that some stuff had gone down between parents. He was causing rumbles between dads, because over the summer at the playground, one of the kids who he pushed down, that kid's dad came over and pushed him down, and then the dads got into it. So now when I'm at back to school night, all these dads are in my classroom, and I'm worried that they're gonna jump over the tiny tables and roll, and I am not ready for that. So Lucifer is a really exceptionally cute child. He has these bright blue eyes and a dazzling smile, and every time he's about to do something evil, he flashes it. His nap time spot is right next to our dramatic play area, which is like a play kitchen, and there's all the baby dolls, and every day I watch as he takes the baby dolls and rocks them and plays with them, and then he shoves them in the oven and slams the door. Every preschool class, you have your roster every year of the same characters. They shuffle through. You have a biter, you have a pooper. I've had a streaker, which is where when they go to the bathroom, they tuck off all the clothes so that they can go, but then they sneak into the classroom and run around screaming, it's naked time, and then go try and get into the hallway. Lucifer added to the list strangler. He was always trying to choke kids from behind if he wasn't trying to punch them from the front. Now, of course, me and my co-teacher Kelly were trying to do everything we could to give him behavior support, talk to his parents, talk to our boss, prevent everything, figure out what he needed. do everything for Lucifer. I was obsessed because I really wanted to help him, and I also wanted the chaos in the classroom to stop. So I was constantly thinking about it, talking about it, doing things that would help him not to be such a horrible effect on the classroom. And my roommate said, Martha, Lucifer has taken over your life. I cannot listen to this anymore. We got our class photo taken. Lucifer posed like Dr. Evil. But things started to improve as the year went on, and we worked and we worked and we worked. Lucifer made really good friends with two of the other most challenging boys in the class, and they formed this sort of gang. And they just, kind of kept busy enough creating their own havoc together that things became not as terrible as they were. And we made it to the end of the year, and I gripped Lucifer's hand in a death grip as we walked down the hall for preschool graduation. And neither Lucifer nor his parents gave me something good for my bad day folder, like a note or a gift or anything, but we survived the year. 2 years later, that preschool class, we had a reunion of sorts. Me and my co-teacher, Kelly, were getting together with all the kids and all their parents because one of the kids was moving and one of the moms was still in touch with us and had invited us. And it had been, aside from Lucifer, a really special year. We all remembered each other, we had so many good times, and we were all really excited to be there. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna have a different sort of bad day folder experience because this is 2 years later, and Lucifer's in first grade now, and his parents are gonna say to me, you know what? You did so much that year. Thank you. His behavior has transformed. We have a shrine to you up in the house. We have all of his pre-K art along the walls. It's all because of you. And Lucifer will say to me, you were my favorite teacher. Thank you so much. I know about kindness now and filling other people's buckets with positivity. So we get to the apartment building where the reunion is, and all the kids are in the rec room, and everyone is so excited to see us. They're all teachers. We're so excited to see them. The kids run up to us. Martha, Kelly, we're so happy. Everything's great. The parents were all hugging. And then I see him across the room. It's Lucifer. And I see his dad. And his dad comes over, and he kind of drags Lucifer over, and he looks at me, and he says, say hi to Kelly. He's like, no, I'm Martha. Dad didn't remember my name, but you know what? That's okay. The kid is what matters. He's going to know me, and this is going to go in my mental bad day folder forever. So I get down to his level, and I say, Lucifer, do you remember me? And he looks at me with that dazzling smile, and he goes, no! And I'm like, you know what? For once, I just wish a preschooler would have lied. Thank you.